What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you had a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH, it's about damn time. I felt like Elizabeth and Franco finally came to terms with things regarding Nicholas and Ava, because Franco clearly told Elizabeth he doesn't trust Nicholas. Elizabeth told him she don't trust Ava, because Franco was saying how he felt like Nicholas kept trying to push him towards Ava. And she felt that way from Ava too, that she was trying to push Nicholas towards towards Elizabeth. So when they both saw Ava and Nicholas, they went up to them individually asking damn near the same questions, like saying the same thing. Elizabeth was basically like, yeah, man, Franco, whatever, we're not on great terms right now. And Nicholas was like, well, you deserve better than Franco. You deserve somebody who love you. And Franco was like, oh, him and Elizabeth pretty much kind of ain't getting along right now. I believe the reason they were doing that was because they were testing. Elizabeth was testing Nicholas to see what his responses would be. Because she was like, so you think I should break up with Franco even if it hurts me? And he basically was like, yeah. I think that's the answer that gave her confirmation that, yeah, Nicholas is trying to mess your relationship up. And I think vice versa with Ava. I think, they're finally working together just to see if their hunches are true. If they think that their so-called friends are trying to mess up their marriage or whatever, just so that one of them could divorce the other to get the money. You know what I'm saying? I think they're starting to figure that out. Hopefully that's what's going on, because y'all need to stop being played like dummies. Like, seriously. And in my opinion, I feel like Elizabeth is getting what she deserves in a way, because it's not like she hasn't played games with people in their relationships in the past, because she has. When it came down to Sam and Jason, she tried to undermine that relationship every little chance she got. So it's not like she hasn't done that, pulled that stunt before. So it's kind of karma. So anyway, moving on from that. Julian continues to be more dumb by the second. I really don't know what the writers are doing with Julian. I feel like it's becoming quite tedious to keep having every villain blackmail him at this point, and he's just blindly going along with it. It's becoming tiresome. You're like, what are you doing with Julian? I really want to know. Like, come on now. Move the hell on with this, because I feel like they're painting him into a corner that you're not going to be able to get him out of, to the point where you're going to have to either put the character in prison or kill the character off. I would hate for that to happen, because I was liking Julian, but I'm just not liking these actions. I'm like, are you serious? I'm just not really liking it. But Ava, Ava was doing whatever the hell she could just to tell him, like, to save her brother. Because Julian was like, oh, there is something I can do to help Wiley Jonah. Because he remembered that stuffed animal that Jonah liked so much. Remember, Nell put a tracking device in it. He could use the tracking device. He could tell the cops about the tracking device. But Ava kept telling him, she was like, hell no, you better not do that, because you already told Sonny that you don't know nothing. So if you come up into the police station telling them, oh yeah, she got a tracker and the stuff, they're going to know your ass is lying. They're going to know you know more than what you're talking about. So she was like, your best bet is to not say nothing. Sit on it. Don't say nothing. Don't intervene. Don't nothing. Just keep playing stupid. Because then he was telling her about shooting Taggart. Like, he was telling Ava about how he shot Taggart and stuff. It was by accident, because him and Ava were wondering who the hell the guy was, because obviously they don't know who Taggart is. So they were trying to think on it and figure that part out. But Ava, she ride or die when it come to her brother. Even though they go against each other sometime, but when the chips are down, they are there for each other. Because Ava was like, shit, you should have been got rid of Nell like I told you to. I agree with Ava. Like, Julian should have got rid of old girl when he had the chance. Then he's sitting there talking about, oh, I feel bad, I'm trying to fix the situation. bruh, talking about he had a change of heart about taking the baby and stuff. I'm like, it's too late for that. You already took him, bruh. You already took Wiley, Jonah. You already took him. So I'm trying to call this boy Wiley by his name, but I just feel like Jonah's so much better. Like, I just like that name. So yeah, like, Julian, you are just in it. So when Julian came to the PCPD, of course, Michael was pissed because he felt like Julian knew something. Because come on now, you're married to Nell. You gotta know something. Like, Michael ain't stupid. He was like, you gotta know something. But, you know, Chase was basically telling Michael to back off. He was like, I'm gonna find out if he knows anything. If he knows something, we'll find out. Like, Julian's playing a dangerous game at this point. He really is. He's just playing a game, a fool's game. Because even Sonny, because Michael was asking Sonny, he was like, do you believe Julian don't know nothing? Sonny was like, hell no, I don't believe him. Sonny was like, that's why I had him followed. Because Sonny was like, ain't no place Monica, not Monica. He was like, there's no place Nell can hide from me. He was like, I'm gonna find her. He was like, that's why I had Julian followed. Because, you know, just in case he, you know, go meet up with her or whatever. Because, you know, Sonny got phone calls from the harbor master and stuff. There's been no boats in and out in 2 hours. So they know she's not going through boat. Like, they're just, like, covering all bases. So, of course, you know, Olivia and Ned are sitting at the hospital worried about Brooklyn. And, Portia basically was like, you know, she went through the surgery successfully, but she had clots and stuff. So there was some things in the surgery they just could not do. So they said when she woke up or whatever, eventually when she wakes up, she's probably not going to be able to talk or whatever. So Ned decided to call Lois finally and tell her what the hell is going on with their daughter. So Lois is in Australia and she's going to be on the first flight to town or whatever from Sydney. I mean, I felt bad for Ned, though. You know, he was like, when Brooklyn wakes up and stuff and he sees Brooklyn, he was happy because he was like, you know, I get to finally tell her all the things that I didn't tell her prior to this happening. Because Olivia called Sonny and told him about Brooklyn. And when Sonny told Chase and, you know, when Sonny told Carly and everybody about what was going on, Carly and them, they figured it. They was like, yup, because Carly said Brooklyn never made it to her performance. And she must have been backstage. So they was like, yeah, Nell must have did it. So they figured out real quick Nell must have had something to do with stabbing her. Because Michael even noticed that he had a missed call from Brooklyn. So, you know, Ned got to see Brooklyn. She opened up her eyes and stuff. He got to talk to her. And freaking Cyrus comes up talking to Portia. You know, basically trying to pull rank on her, talking about, well, as chairman of the board, you work for me and I don't like your tone of voice, and, you know, trying to pull his weight around, trying to act like he king dingaling around there or whatever. You know how people do. And talking about, are we going to have a problem with me being your boss or whatever? Cyrus, go sit your ass down. You in that little ponytail, you in that Steven Seagal ponytail from 1990, need to go sit down somewhere. Like, seriously, like, come on now, it's 2020. You still trying to rock the Steven Seagal ponytail? Go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit. So, yeah, like, I know Portia I know she's sick of this shit. I know it. Like, I know Portia feels like she's in a living hell because she got to work under Cyrus, of all people. I know she not happy about that. I know she not. I wouldn't be happy about it. I mean, it still disturbs me, though, that Carly and Sonny are at the Quartermaine Mansion. It's still, I don't like that. I have to be honest, I don't like it. That they get to be up in that house. All the hell they done caused that family over the years. I wouldn't let them two step foot in that house. I mean, I understand, you know, they're connected to Wiley, Jonah, Michael, of course. But I'm sorry, if I was Monica, I'm sorry. They even in times of crisis, they still would not be allowed in my home. I'm sorry, but they would not be. With all due respect, they just, no. So anyway, so Nell, I guess, turned down the wrong stretch of road or whatever, because Michael and Carly, you know, they were sure that right now Nell probably wouldn't hurt Jonah But, you know, Michael was worried about the fact that what if Jonah eventually becomes an inconvenience to Nell? She may do something. And that's what they're really worried about right now, for his safety, as they should, because she's very unstable. So she turns down a wrong stretch of road, and she's trying to get directions or whatever, trying to figure out where she's going. And she's sitting there talking to Jonah, talking about, oh, you know, this is everything I'm doing for you, and you're mine, you're all mine, you're nobody else's. Talking about something, oh, you don't have Corinthos DNA, but unfortunately Carly's your biological grandmother. Basically spouting all this nonsense, talking about how Carly's never gonna see him again, and you know, Nell is just batshit crazy. Like, we all know this. Like, the bitch is loony. She's Looney Tunes. Like, so some random woman, a jogger or whatever, some random chick come up or whatever, helping Nell with directions, and when Nell had that little smirk on her face or whatever, she pulled off, and the lady got an alert on her phone, an Amber Alert on her phone, and she looked at the picture and saw Nell and Jonah, and she was like, oh my god, like, because she just realized, like, yeah, I just helped them, you know, get away, and there's an Amber Alert. Well, chick, get on your phone and call 911 and let them know that you just seen them and what directions you gave them, and tell the cops where they were heading. That's the first order of business, and hopefully she does that. So anyway, Sonny went to the hospital or whatever to see about Brooke, and Portia was basically telling Sonny that her blood pressure or whatever, about her blood pressure, and she was stabilizing and stuff, because Sonny was wondering when she was going to wake up. Because, you know, Sonny wants confirmation from her that Nell was the one that attacked her. Even though they're sure of it, he just wants to be sure. He wants confirmation. And I don't blame him for that. I really don't. I did like the scenes between Willow and Nina, because their relationship has come a long way. Because you remember, like, Nina could not stand Willow at first. Like, she made that girl life a living hell every time she saw her. She always was antagonistic every time she saw her. Like, she was just playing out a bitch every time she saw this girl. So it was nice that she was being nice. You know what I mean? Because she sees what everybody else sees in Willow, that she's a genuinely nice person. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not mean, she's not evil, she's not any of those things. So it's good that, you know, Nina finally shut the hell up and you know, sat there and, you know, waited with her for answers on Jonah, and she was, you know, nice about it. And also, you know, Nina also reflected on the fact that she has a child out there that she doesn't know about. Hopefully, I'm still holding out hope that Willow is her kid. I'm holding out hope that Nell is not really her daughter. I hope not. Like, for Nina's sake, I hope not. But like I said, it also puts out potential story too, because that means that Nina will also be Jonah's grandmother as well. So that's more story. You get more mileage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get a lot more drama from that. But it was good that they, you know, sat and talked and figured everything out. But yeah, Julian, bro, you are on borrowed time. Like, you are just fucking up. Like, what are you doing? Like, he needs to stop letting people easily blackmail him and just going along with it like some idiot. Like, you done crossed the line, bro. You done chloroform Monica Quartermain. Like, you're done for. You are done. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section and let me know what y'all thought about it. I will see y'all all later. Hope you all have a great night. Peace.